until Congress actually declares war, they don't they don't have any right to be giving money away to these countries to continue war. They're supposed to take a stance of peace, neutrality. But no, we give them money and so they can buy more missiles and bombs and ammunition and everything else they need to go kill their fellow man. You see how far things have gotten out of control? Things have gotten out of control to the point to where the only place the Constitution and the Bill of Rights lives is in your heart. That's it. It doesn't live anywhere else. It's got no place in this world. Kind of like God. God doesn't have any place in this world, according to them. Do you think God would be proud that we're sponsoring wars and killing our fellow man? I think God would be proud of the way we've exploited people around the world, including the people that live right here, by a corrupt government. See, judgment's coming on this country, coming on strong and hard, fast. And when it hits, it's going to hit hard. There's going to be no escaping it. Everybody's going to stand back and watch. They're going to see. And then all of a sudden they think they're going to just, well, gosh, the big Babylon's gone. See, they're not going to think, the heathen little bastards aren't going to stand back and think, God did this. God did that. No, they're not. They're going to see an opportunity to go out and strike and to do whatever they want to do with a great, wonderful Babylon out of the road, out of commission. So, that's when the ball gets rolling. So you think you're ready? I'm not talking about preps. That stuff means absolutely nothing. I'm talking about God. Are you right? If you died as you're watching this, are you going to go to heaven? Is your Creator going to welcome you? Or is He going to turn you away? Going to look at you with praise and say, job well done? My good and faithful servant? Or is He going to look at you and say, I don't know you. Be gone from here. You see, you're the one that decides. Each one of us individually decides where we're going to spend eternity. God doesn't forsake you. You forsake God. When things don't go your way, you look say, thank you, Lord. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me. You say, I may not understand your plan for me, but I trust you. Or do you get upset and mad? Do you curse him? Do you curse your fellow man when he cuts you off in traffic? Do you curse your fellow man when you think he's being anything but cordial to you? Do you curse your fellow man when you don't get your way? Or do you just accept the fact that God's in charge and he's got other plans for you? Maybe don't align with your plans, but they align with his will. Oh, he gave you free will. He lets you do what you want to do. But are you wise enough to accept that he knows best for you? I know people have cursed God because they had a miscarriage. Won't ever forgive him because why would God do that? I don't know. But he's got his reasons. He has his plan. And you're foolish and ignorant enough not to understand that? Yeah, you might not agree with it. You might not like it. But you have to accept it. And you don't curse God. There's a lot of things that happen in life that are just totally out of your control. Is anything in control of your life? Well, you have a few things. If God so willing lets you. In modern times, when movie and film and recording and radio and even television started getting going, we had Adolf Hitler. We actually had a recording that you could see, watch, listen to, and so forth of the evil and the atrocities and such, the atrocities that he committed. So you can see how evil not just man can be, but Satan, because man has to open his heart. Satan needs a vessel to be evil. And we saw it. Firsthand, you saw it. It wasn't written down in some book somewhere. You saw it. Some people wonder why God allowed that to happen. So the world knows. So the world can be ready. That there is evil out there. Folks, if there wasn't evil, you wouldn't need God, would you? If you're never sick, you would need a doctor. If you're never hungry, you wouldn't need food. Wouldn't even cross your mind. You ask, why would God create evil? Well, you wouldn't need him if he didn't. And you see it firsthand. So you understand what's coming. It's going to be worse than that. It's going to be the worst time in humanity's history. It's going to be worse than all of it put together. And most of us are walking right into it. Eyes wide open. Mouth wide open too. Not paying attention, just going right in there to it. So when it happens, and you're standing in the midst of it all, what do you have? You got God. That's it. In this world, at the end of the day, you only have God. That's it. Oh, you got some friends and you got some family and parents and so on and so forth. But how many of them can actually really do anything for you or even help you? And depending on what it is, how many you would want to? God's there regardless, all the time. He's always listening. He never stops. Never stops caring about you. Did God get upset at things? Yeah, he did. So, with that being said, just tell you what you should be upset with. God set examples for you. Are you paying attention? You're watching it. You're hearing it. You're reading about it. Are you just letting it happen? Are you sitting back going, oh, what can I do about it? Well, you yourself personally, not a damn thing. But God can. Have you asked Him? Have you asked Him to intervene? Have you asked Him to take care of these things? He destroyed cities because he couldn't find a righteous person in them. Are you that righteous person? You gonna keep that city from being destroyed? Really all I got to say. You need to self-analyze yourself. You need to understand things. The days are short. Getting shorter. Like I said, no one knows the day or time or any of that stuff. So, keep praying for one another. Keep doing good by one another. God's listening. Are you going to be that one righteous person? And you don't even realize you might have been. You might be that one righteous person that kept something from happening that was destined to happen. But God said, there's someone that was selfless, not selfish. There's someone that cared, has compassion. And you don't know what maybe you stopped. You don't understand the miracles God does every day, every second of the day, for millions and millions of people. Millions. And they don't have a clue on it either. Do you thank Him? Do you thank Him for those miracles that you're not even aware of? They're there. He's done it. But you're so self-absorbed you don't realize it. Do you take time during the day or at the end of the day, beginning of the day, to reflect? Do you look around and listen? See what your governments and other governments are saying and doing? They speak with a forked tongue. They're liars. God doesn't have any place for them. Doesn't have a place for a country like that. Maybe He'll spare you because you disagree with it and you know better. You don't speak with a forked tongue. You're not two-faced. To live righteously doesn't happen overnight. It's practice. It takes time. And a large part of it is forgiving yourself and forgiving others, so your soul and you can live in peace. So this turmoil is not fighting inside you. So you can better stand back and look and analyze things yourself. Quit trying to force things. Man is constantly forcing and forcing and forcing the outcome of things, instead of waiting on God. He's going to make it happen. He's going to force it. And it usually turns out to be a disaster. Well, y'all take care, and I'm rooting for you.